Welcome, my little Tattle Tells. You guys, the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl of our time. The Super Bowl of our time is upon us. Porsha's Family Matters has dropped, right? This hot mess is upon us and it is flowing over us like warm caramel. Now, before you begin, anybody in the chat saying it's not that serious, shut up. For this hour, tell your man, tell your boyfriend, tell your boss, tell your best friend. We are cultural anthropologists and we are studying these things down to a T. And my gosh, Porsha gave us so much to study. You guys, we all know that Porsha, she's lovable. She looked absolutely gorgeous in this episode. I just want to say that. Hair, makeup, body, on point, flawless. Porsha's a gorgeous girl and she has so much charisma. Porsha is also a known liar, pants on fire. And she did not disappoint. Okay, I don't know who Porsha angered on the production staff, but in my opinion, they're getting her back. So with no further ado, let's bring on, I want you guys to know I've been advertising, right? I've been advertising that we are having special guests, and let's bring them on with no further ado. We have, of course, Up and Adam and the Grace Report. If you guys know anything about YouTube, anything about celebrity news, trending topics, or cutting moment interviews, and you guys know these people, they need no introduction, but just in case you do, Adam and Grace, here they are. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You guys, also Lynn, Layla tells it all. She is going to be joining us as well. Let me drop the link for Miss Lynn. Let me drop the link for her and then we get started. But you guys have been waiting, and let's just get into it, you guys. I just told you, I thought that this was literally the Super Bowl. Porsha did not. This was a Super Bowl All-Stars. You guys can tell I don't watch sports, but it was everything and the World Cup all wrapped into one. I want to get you guys' takeaway while we're waiting for Layla to join. Grace, Adam, what did you guys think of this?
Ladies first.
So sweet. Thank you. I was excited. It was a good, strong first episode. I think it really showed us that everything isn't as it appears on Instagram, you know, like, for example, the birthday post. I don't want to get too far ahead, but Porsha's reaction to that was like a good example of, you know, people are smiling and all happy and whatever online, but there sometimes can be a little bit of a different story in real life. So it was interesting seeing the other side of like those public displays of affection.
Yeah, definitely. And Adam, what about you?
You know, I was interested in seeing the dynamic because we didn't see a whole lot of Simon on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but listening to him talk and interact with Porsha, watching them try to give us these timelines that didn't feel like they necessarily made sense, and then seeing the driving force behind Porsha, meaning her family and her big support team, it had my attention. It really did have my attention. So I was excited for it. It's so funny because I get a lot of, anytime I mention Porsha, it's Adam, you don't like Porsha. Why are you talking about her because of the Fallon interview and stuff like that? But I'm like, that's not true. I've always been a huge Porsha fan. I'm excited to see Porsha's Family Matters. I'm here for it.
Okay. I'm here for it too. I'm excited. You guys know. Let's get into this. Now, you know how there's always that thing about in Real Housewives, whatever somebody's tagline is what's going to be their undoing by the end of the season. It's like, you know, Housewives. For the OG anthropologists, we know that's true. She literally starts off by saying that Simon is a gentleman with only eyes for Porsha. Dennis, I feel like, is playing the straight guy. He is all of us, saying he was married and engaged at the same time. If that's not a player, I don't know what it is. And I think that is going to be the energy that carries them for the whole season. Oh, look, we have a special guest, Layla.
Hey,
Hi, Layla.
I finally made it.
Hey, Layla, you look absolutely gorgeous. You guys know that the Queen, Layla, has arrived along with Queen Grace and King Adam. So we are a complete family and we can move forward. Sorry about any technical difficulties. The link I dropped. Layla is always punctual, as you know. This is the newbie's fault, so I take full blame for Layla. But thank you for taking the time to join, Layla. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We don't know what happened as far as the link, but I'm here now. I clicked the link in the regular chat. That's how I got in. So, but I'm here now.
Listen, Layla's being sweet. It was my fault, you guys. Listen, don't tell me in the comments, but in your minds, you can think it. Okay. So, Layla, you jumped in the perfect time. What was your takeaway of this episode?
Oh my God. They are not getting married. That was my takeaway. I was like, she is not going to marry this man. It's not going to work. I don't think they're getting married. I was like, okay, so she still loves Dennis and she's not going to marry this man. That was my takeaway.
That's a great takeaway. I was actually thinking they're going to get married because Porsha wants that experience of being a wife. She wants to plan her wedding, but I do agree, is this wedding going to even last if it does happen? Rim, thank you so much for the super chat. Now, here's the thing, right? Porsha and her timeline. This is off the bat. I said, you guys are with the ish and giggles, and I love it. The producers, right? Porsha said that, she met the man of her dreams. And no, she had tried to make it work with Dennis, didn't work. A couple months later, she met the man of her dreams, and she just wasn't prepared for the social media thing. It was odd to me they kept pushing this narrative that Porsha and Simon had just bumped in, met cute, like Harry met Sally. When you were in Fallon's pool, playing Marco Polo, doing like backstrokes, literally smoking her hookah, and now you're trying to give the world this meet cute story. What did you guys think of that?
Oh my God.
Layla?
I can't hear you guys.
Grace? I can hear you. I think it's Grace's thing. Grace, you're muted maybe? Let's see. Adam, what about you? Are you okay?
This platform is interesting.
I don't know listen, this platform is usually always good. It's acting up. It's too much amazingness. Okay, so listen, pretty good. Okay, so Grace, while we wait for Adam to jump back in, let me know. So what was going on?
It's classic Porsha, right? Like, she's always playing with people, she's manipulating, she's a liar and all of that. So it wasn't surprising at all. Like, I really liked how, even though she's a producer, I was worried about it. I'm like, with her being a producer, are we going to get the full story? Are we going to get a sanitized version? But she's still getting clocked every single time she tells a lie, like the timeline, how they started talking, etc., etc. And that, at least, I'm happy about.
Definitely. Layla, what about you?
Yeah, I'm happy to see her get clocked. It's really surprising. Like, it's all a mess, and it's really surprising. Like, I'm really surprised that Porsha would do this. Like, I used to be a big fan of Porsha, and it's just like, trickling away. The fandom is just like trickling away. And I'm surprised she would do this type of show and then get on the show and act like, well, what did I do? And act all innocent. Like, it's a lot for me. It's a lot.
It was a lot. And listen, so you guys, if you are new here, you guys will know that this is Recaps and Rants. We are giving our opinions. We have the OGs in the house giving their opinions. They are all doing detailed reviews on their channel. But right now, we're going to keep it light, fun, and laugh about this. Now, it's so funny you talked about what is going on with Porsha. I thought it was funny, even her, and I see how the Real Housewives of Producers really protected her, because I thought it was so interesting the way that she was just saying word salad. And I quote, she said, "We got engaged on Thursday. We thought Friday the divorce decree was going to be signed." And I said, not even a 3-year-old thinks that you go for divorce and it's going to be signed the next day, right? Simon has lawyers, I assume, right? Or he's dressing up in his Fisher Price lawyer gear, with his briefcase going in. How did you think what's going to happen? But the thing where I was just like, Porsha, stop, is when she said, and then Monday came, no, and then Sunday, the picture just came out. And then Monday, there was no signature. And I said, the picture came out. Girl, it was posted on your Instagram. Why are you acting like TMZ grabbed this picture and without your consent put it up there? It was so odd. And, and then to see later on the takeaway in that lie, where we find out that Dennis had actually planned the Mother's Day brunch. He didn't know Simon was coming. Simon popped up, and her cousin said, "This is the most uncomfortable, awkward situation Porsha has ever put me in." And that let me know, Porsha, were you messing around with Dennis and Simon at the same time? Because it was a lot of weird overlap, the way the family was acting, the way Simon was acting, the way Lauren lied and said the 2 weeks. What did you guys think about like that lie? Did anything shock you as particularly shocking about what Porsha said when you were like, girl?
It's all shocking to me. It's all shocking to me. I'm just watching Adam come in and out. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh no, it's just me and you,
what's going on?
I don't
Okay.
know.
What is
But
going on? Is there something going on with the Wi-Fi today? My signal's strong, your signal's strong. We'll see. Okay. So, all right. Well, just listen, this is going to be like pop in, pop out, Brady
yeah.
Bunch style, right? Listen,
Uh,
people with, I thought it was weird the way they kept making similarities to Fallon and kept making similarities to Portia's situation, and she kept making those similarities. You know, she said people don't understand what I'm doing with a married man, right? Not knowing what's going on in the relationship, only the truth. She did everything she could to keep her family together, you know, and she's going to do anything she can to keep her family together no matter who gets in the way. And I was like, this is kind of like the same thing that Fallon was saying about her relationship. So I guess it's like what's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. I just thought it was really weird that she was being so hypocritical and just very unaware. Did Porsha ever strike you as a very unaware person?
oh yeah. But yeah, she strikes me as very unaware, smart in some ways, not so smart in others. So yeah, has Portia strike me as unaware? Yes, yes. Over the years, yes, yes. But I wanted to ask you this, and just to back up a little bit, as far as Simon, okay, so Dennis was throwing a Mother's Day, get together for Portia, and to me, that's a lot for them not to be together, and him throwing her basically a party to celebrate her motherhood is kind of like a lot, and it does make me feel like you were saying, were they still intimate? Were they still dating? Was something still going on between them? And then Simon showing up gives me like insecure. You know what I mean? Like he's insecure and that's why he showed up. So I just felt like that was a lot. And seeing the background to it, like I was happy to see the background and I was kind of happy to know that Dennis really wasn't with it. Like he was taking pictures, really wasn't, into this because it looked like he was into it. But yeah, Simon gave me insecure and Dennis gave me, I might be trying to get my girlfriend back.
So here's the thing. I agree with you 100%. Dennis gives me dirtball though. Dennis gives me that guy that wants you back when you got a man, but as soon as you're single, they're just like, oh no, like, we got our problems. We got to work on this, right? Simon definitely gives immature, right? But that whole thing about who DM'd everybody first, to that point about being insecure, do you think it's insecure because he knows the games Porsha played? Now, Porsha said, Simon DM'd me, right? We were just all, makes sense. Then Simon said, no, 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 no. Porsha called to check on me about my marriage. Now, I said, I believe that's true. I don't believe the timeline because he said when we were getting divorced, he announced they were getting divorced back in January. Then he called it off and whatever. If Porsha tried to check up on him, her image and this good girl image, or how you said Dennis is not down with it. Why didn't you check on Fallon? Or even if the house you said we weren't friends, but you were definitely, hopefully, friendlier with her than this man that you don't really know like that. I mean, is that what people do? Maybe it's me and my fun.
I'll just say in her defense, and I don't have much defense for her, but in her defense, she did say that a little birdie told her that Fallon was pregnant. I don't remember if she said it on the show or on the on Watch What Happens Live, but she said the reason she reached out to Simon is because someone told her that Fallon was pregnant. That's why.
Now, did the little birdie talk like this? Is that the way the little birdie talked? Because, girl, I did an interview with Fallon, and Fallon said the way Simon found out because Fallon said she didn't tell anyone. And the way Simon found out she was pregnant was their therapist, that they were going to couples therapy, told him that she was pregnant, right? Now, here's the thing. When the couples therapy fell away, because they weren't still together, they were now going to that same couple therapist to navigate their conscious uncoupling. So do you see what I'm saying? They were going to couples therapy. Then they both said, it's over. let's be adults, let's move on. That's what they thought. They were having a conscious uncoupling, and the therapist was supposed to guide them into the next step. So they were still going to therapy, well, seeing it separately, but they were still having a mediator to see how they were going to navigate their thing. Simon had disappeared. The little birdie, I know on good authority. So y'all remember that scene, right? Y'all remember that scene where it was the Halloween party, right? And the way LaToya was there, just straight up disrespecting, right? Just straight up disrespecting Fallon's house.
Right, which they cut a lot of it out. But we know on social media, we know what she was saying. At least most of us do.
Okay. We know what we say now. We know. Oh, let's welcome Grace back. Brady Bunch. Hey, Grace. Welcome. Welcome back.
Give me 1 second. I got to check on my son. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Grace. What's going on? So we know that actually with the scene of, we were talking about what happened when Porsha and Up and Adam is here. Okay, we are doing musical chairs.
Guys, I'm so sorry. My internet kicked me out. I'm sorry. I swear I would never be this rude.
It's okay. There's something going on with the internet. I'm glad, I'm glad that everybody is back. No need to apologize. We are always happy to have you guys back no matter what. So we are talking about Porsha saying that she heard from a little birdie that Fallon was pregnant. Now, if you guys don't know, Fallon popped in for a tarot reading. I do tarot reading. And she actually told everyone, it turned into a little interview, that she found out that she was pregnant on March 23rd. Simon and Fallon were going to a conscious uncoupling where they had a marriage therapist, but when they decided in January, this is not working, let's separate, or at least try to separate, they had a mediator going. She disclosed to this woman, because they were even going, I think, as late as, hey, Layla, they were even going as late as April with this mediator that was helping them with the conscious uncoupling. She disclosed to this mediator, right? She found out March 23rd. She disclosed in April to the woman, I'm pregnant. No one else knew. And then somehow a little birdie told Porsha. Now, if you add a little whatever, I have it on good authority from the production of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That scene that was heard around the world where LaToya came into Fallon's home and was disrespecting her, saying, yeah, the Halloween scene. What actually happened was Fallon was like, I don't want LaToya in my house. That girl's disrespectful. I don't want her here. Production was like, okay. Porsha picked up the phone and made a personal phone call to Fallon saying, hey, girl, it's cool. And literally, because she was a friend, tried to play big sis, little sis, and school her, and had her encouragement, bring LaToya into the house. Meanwhile, LaToya, and production was surprised, was spilling a lot of tea that at that time, because a lot was cut out, but at that time, production didn't know that any of it was linked to anything. What do you guys think about that? Do you believe Porsha's little birdie story? What do you guys think about that?
Oh, this whole dynamic is so off. There's something that feels strange. I don't understand a lot between the Porsha Fallon situation, especially listening to her on the show say, Simon say, when I was going through my divorce, she slid into my DMs to check in on me to see if I'm okay. I'm thinking, wait, we had Fallon introduced as Porsha's friend. Why isn't she sliding into her DMs or giving her a phone call asking if she's okay? And then hearing these different timelines, and everyone was commenting on my channel yesterday, you have to go check out Tisa. She has the receipts. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. But I still need more information. This is not adding up. And that was one of the number one things everyone was saying after watching the premiere last night.
No, definitely good points. The math is not mathing.
It's not mathing.
It's not mathing. Grace, what did you think of that scene? Grace? Okay, we'll come back to Grace. Layla, what do you think of that scene? Grace is not...
I have a question, Tisa.
Yes.
I have a question. With Fallon being pregnant, does it matter who told Porsha?
So here's the thing. It matters if you look at it from the fact of whether you believe it. We are literally debating a lie on top of a lie. Now, at the end of the day,
that's how I feel. Yeah.
No, but when I say like a lie on top of a lie, I mean the fact that Porsha and Simon have been messing around since September 2020. The
Yeah.
people that work at the St. Regis in the Atlanta will vouch for that. We talk about little birds whispering that they were having rendezvous in the St. Regis. It's word on the street that Simon uses that for his rendezvous. And also, funny thing, when he was flying Fallon out and they were dating, Fallon also stayed at the St. Regis. Simon is irregular there. So, does it matter? No, but it was funny in the way that if it doesn't matter, then why don't we just tell the truth a little bit, or at the very least, leave Fallon out of the timeline, you know? But what do you
Yeah,
guys think about
they all lie. I feel like Jalen lied to my face. I feel like they all lie. Porsha, Simon, Jalen, Fallon. I feel like they all lie. So, like you said, we're just debating, I guess, whose lie is most believable. Like it's all some mess. And I don't think it's gonna actually work out. I
that? Okay,
don't I don't think, yeah.
when you said that Jalen lied to your face, what do you mean?
Like in the chat, in the live chat, like I was live
Yes.
with Grace and Kempire discussing the timeline of Fallon's pregnancy because some tea had came out about it. And then he came in the chat. I verified his page. He was on Facebook.
Okay.
He was like, we were talking about how someone from B. Scott's podcast said they saw him and Fallon together romantically, like in the winter, like December on vacation. And he was like, no, we didn't start really dating until mid-June. But then when I did the calculator, as far as her giving birth, it was like she got pregnant in March. She got pregnant sometime in March. And you're telling me you didn't start dating her until mid-June. So are you telling me you're not the father? Like, what are you telling me?
Well,
No, I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't think.
I'm to believe your lies. That's what I'm hearing. And so it's all a bunch of mess to me. But I'm not going to say that I'm not enjoying watching.
I want to say too, while my fiance and I were watching last night, Jason, he said too, I feel like everyone is telling a lie in this situation. And it's Layla said, which lie do we believe? But it looks like everyone is trying to paint themselves in the best light here. And it's, up to us, social media and the fans of these different franchises to decide, which way are we going to sway? Are we team Porsha? Are we team Fallon? Where are we going with it? But a lot of this stuff does not add up. I mean, all across the board. I love Fallon. For my interview with her, meeting her in person, she was nothing but sweet with me. Obviously, like I said earlier, we're not best friends, right? But I don't know Porsha in person. It's weird. I can't follow it. And normally I feel like I can just figure out, okay, you're so obviously lying and this person's right and you tried to do them dirty. But this just feels like everyone wants to protect themselves.
So I will say that just the thing with the timeline for you guys in the chat, right? And we're all going to do detailed things, but just to give a little backstory, when it's like they're all lying, from what I understand in the timeline, as early as September, it might have been before, but to September, we definitely have receipts, right? We can place Porsha and Simon as messing around. On February 14th, actually in January, Simon was traveling a lot, but in January 14th, he left for a few months and abandoned the home. They had agreed to separate in January. Now, here's the thing. I do agree. Whatever happened once they were separated happened. Maybe Fallon was vulnerable. Maybe it turned to friends with something more. Okay, fine. Maybe Porsha slipped in. Had it been as simple as her slipping into the DMs, but carrying on a relationship since September, still kind of appearing to maybe have something going on with Dennis, because if you are not dating someone and you are fine, you asked for the ring back, and then in January you were in Costa Rica with Simon. Again, not pointing blame at anyone, but I will say if we trace back to the earliest forms of dirtiness, I'll put it on Porsha and Simon. But that said, Simon did have a history of cheating on Fallon. So Porsha, it was not the first. And even if we see Jessica Harris, I don't think she was the last. But I agree with you. It is a little muddled if we're trying to actually say, okay, so when did Jalen and Fallon start dating? But I don't know. What do you guys feel like? Do you guys feel once somebody announces that they are separating, it's fair game? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Grace,
Honestly, I feel. Oh, sorry, Layla.
Oh, no problem. Grace, what did you think? Jump in here. Grace?
I think Grace has a delay I think there's a delay.
That might
Because you
be
can
it.
tell by her face, there's a delay.
Okay, so Grace, if whenever you hear this delay, please jump in the chat. We will shut up.
Oh, I think you're muted, Grace.
I think you're muted. There is something going, you guys, apologies for the technical difficulties. There is something going on online right now. It's so odd.
But to be fair, like a month ago, StreamYard all across the board and Facebook, all of these different platforms crashed. So sometimes these things do happen. But at the end of the day, you know, I'll chime in on this really quick. My parents have been married 11 times. So that's obviously a crazy number. And knowing that,
Wow.
you know, when my parents would get separated, when they were navigating their divorce, they knew, okay, I'm washing my hands of this relationship. It's just a matter of signing your name on the paperwork. I'm going to continue on with my life and move on and try to heal and figure out, is there somebody out there for me? If not, I'm going to be the best version of myself by myself. So I think once you decide to get separated, you know that you're filing for divorce. You take it to that next level. This is such a fine line that people walk. Some people say, you shouldn't date until it's finally divorced. And some people are like, no, go get yours. I think it's okay. You're legally separated. You're trying to figure out this divorce. It's just a matter of like making sure who gets what. Yeah, date who you want. Just don't lie about it.
I completely agree with you, which is why I think they're so desperate to establish that timeline, because I'm with you. When you tell me it's done, it might be messed up. It might be a little like, but if you tell me it's done, if I go and find the love of my life an hour later, it was all fair game. I agree. Layla, what about you? When do you think is the right time? Like, when could this have made sense to you?
I'm all for letting the paperwork settle, like let the divorce be final. Like, don't date married men, don't date married women, even if they're separated, because sometimes separated people do get back together. So
Sure.
yeah, I say let the ink dry on the divorce before you date that person.
Okay, definitely. Now, while we're waiting for Grace to come back in, Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat, Amram and Bay. So Joey says at this point, I think they should release a swingers video on something and get it over with. Debating over them is making me lose brain cells, but let's actually get into what we're debating on. The reason why I think also establishing this timeline is so important to Porsha is, you guys, let's talk about Porsha's and Dennis's. What do you think they have? There is something there that has not been resolved. When she said that Dennis couldn't bring a +1,
Yeah.
it was giving weird vibes. What did you guys think about that?
Yeah, and then she was like, only if she looks like a bus, then he could bring her. It gave me, I still love him. I still love him. That's what it gave me. Because it hasn't been that long. They have a child together. That's what it gave me.
I'm sorry, Adam, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna piggyback off of what Layla said, you know, and two, I think that they say age is just a number, right? Like my fiance and I were 10 years age gap, and Porsha and Dennis are a little bit closer in age, whereas Simon is a little bit more of an older man. I think she might have more to talk about with Dennis or more to relate to, but I feel like Dennis, it's the nail in the coffin. When you commit infidelity, I couldn't be with someone who cheated on me. It doesn't mean that, like, it would break my heart and I'd be like, I still love you. You're an idiot. Why would you do this to me? Because now I can't forgive you. And I feel like that's where Porsha is with Dennis. She's like, I'm a public figure. You tried to make me look like a fool because you're out here cheating with people. And now I am going to set a tone for not only my daughter, but for people watching, saying, oh, it's okay. Let him cheat on you and I'll get back with him. And I feel like that's the way she's looking at it as a public figure. But I do still think she has love for Dennis. How could you not? She has his baby, and it did come off awkward. I don't understand, if you're really over him, why couldn't he bring a date? Especially when you're sporting around Simon and his 5 cars.
Exactly. I would have thought a date would have made it easier because you don't have to worry about him doing anything funny because there's something right there. But here's the thing. I see what you guys are saying. Then why do you guys think she asked for her ring back?
She was going to pawn it. I would have pawned it. You know what I mean? Like, you cheat on me, I'm pawning the ring. I'm taking every gift that you gave me and I'm cashing in. I don't care. So
And you're posting on Instagram with your new man in the Bahamas, right?
yes. You know what? I'm going to take that ring and I'm going to Bora Bora. Thank you for the vacation. I'm healing.
You're healing.
Yes, I'm healing.
I'm healing, right?
I think she wanted Dennis back. I think she was going to take him back. I mean, Beyonce did it. Like, it's not, she wouldn't be the first one to take a cheating man back. So I think she wanted the ring back because she wanted the relationship back. But luckily for Dennis, he's smart. And he was like, no, we need to work out some things. And he let time pass and you see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He let time pass. But what I hear is that door is closed. Do you guys remember the iconic fight scene they showed us in the previews with Porsha trying to hit somebody with a boom mic and going crazy, right? So apparently my little birds have been twittering and they are saying the doors are closed. I released this in my members only live. If you guys haven't joined, go ahead and join. I do exclusive tea and release it earlier. But my sources are saying that 2 months earlier, the person that Porsha was actually fighting with on that trip, trying to hit, was Dennis's mother. So it seems like the door actually might be completely closed. And I also have to let you guys know that if these things turn out to be true, and my sources are saying it's verified, and she got into something with Dennis's mother, when they taped the show, it took about, 6 to 8 weeks to tape, but they really didn't get anything. So a lot of these sit downs you see with Dennis is after all the melee happened. They literally went back to the family after the fights had broken out, after feelings were hurt, and they sat down and had them film their green screens. That's why Dennis is being extra brutal and going for the jugular. So yeah, this might be why. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Would you ever go back to someone after they literally tried to have any confrontation with your mother or father?
No. No.
That's physical. I mean, come on. And not just physical, it's so many layers. It's a confrontation, then it's physical, and then there's a weapon. Remember, she had that big thing in her hand. You hitting somebody's mama with that mic stand or whatever?
Yes. And now we do not know if she actually made contact, but she damn sure tried and tips most of it, right?
Right. That's enough for me.
That's enough for me. Yeah. No, there's no way. There's no way ever that would fly with me. My relationship's important to me, but also my relationship with my parents. I couldn't ever imagine the person I'm with putting their hands on my parents. I would be done. Or even if it's an ex and we share a child, like, it's just such a fine line that you're walking. And we've even seen in the past that Porsha's had some ups and downs with Dennis's mom before. She's very strongly opinionated. She also, from what we can see from the previews, thinks that this whole relationship is a joke. We know that, like Porsha said, the optics don't look good. And if his mom was so vocal before, why wouldn't she be vocal about this? Especially because people are now looking at Dennis sideways because he was in a photo with Porsha and Simon. And she's probably like, son, what are you doing?
Exactly. Layla, what you got to say about that?
No, I agree 100%. That's it. It's completely over. Once you come from my parent, especially physically, it's over. It's over, no doubt about it.
I'm going to get you.
There's certain lines that you're just like, how do we move forward from there? Like, unless, I mean, even then, but again, you go down that thing, it's all toxic. And if they're usually, I was talking to my friend the other day, we say like, we all go through, when you're in your 20s, of course you have toxic people in your life, because when we're in our 20s or in college, we're all toxic. You don't know it, but everyone's toxic. But it's funny, there comes a certain age where people start growing up or just a little bit, and then you see those people still sitting in the same place of their toxicity. So again, in the 20s, everybody's toxic. But when you're 40, and again, I can't even be seen so toxic that you would actually assault somebody or try to even get into anything with someone's parents. If anything, they have the benefit of age. You curse them out in your head and you're just like, yes, Miss Diane. Okay.
It's like that respect your elders, like I'm not going to grow. I don't agree with everything that, Jason's mom might say to me. And a lot of times she's preaching to me. She's like, you've been engaged for 4+ years. When are you getting married? And she's always, it's almost like she wants me to spit a kid out or something. And I'm like, what is the rush? So sometimes I get get frustrated with certain conversations, but I respect her because she's my elder. I'm just going to disengage from the conversation like Meredith Marks on the Salt Lake City franchise. I'm disengaging. I'm not going to grab a boom mic and be like, round one, choose your weapon. No.
Right. I'm
I can see
different.
you. Go on, Layla. Sorry.
I have stopped. I don't want it. Okay, I respect people who respect me and who respect themselves. So I've been in situations with older people where I felt like they've disrespected me, and I felt like you're not that old. Like if you're 80, okay, I'm gonna respect you. But if you like 55, you 55 and I hear you disrespecting me, I am going to address you. I'm never going to fight you. I'm never going to like argue with you like combatively, but I am going to address you.
So
like,
funny.
Her name is Gina, right? She is someone that I would address. Dennis' mom, I would address her. Of course, I would never try to fight her, but I would say something to her.
It kind of reminds you of what Nikki said last night on the Potomac reunion. Like, Mia and Candace were like, this is my mom. And she's like, right. But that doesn't mean that you still can't have these difficult conversations, because out of those conversations, you might see growth. I think you can always have a conversation and address something. I think it's the way you do it. It's always the way you do it, because grabbing a boom mic and being like, oh, this the conversation, let's go. That's obviously not going to result in anything productive.
I mean, maybe. You never know. In Porsha's world, she might try to act like, Porsha, she comes with the tears and she's like, we just gotten so close now. I nursed her thing. It's so funny when you guys were telling the stories. I literally pictured Layla, you looking at someone like, is she in a wheelchair? Okay, I'll let that slide. You got one more time, right? And Adam, you're literally your mother-in-law getting smart with you and you being like, you ready for dessert? Okay. Just like,
I'm like, what is your least favorite food? Oh, you don't like seafood? Great. We're booking a seafood restaurant tonight.
We're having seafood ice cream for dinner, right?
Yeah. That's my level of shade.
I'm going to get you. I see in the comments, they heard you when you said, I'm going to get you.
Yes.
No, but I have a different way of going about, I'll get you back and I won't forget it. Right. I'll remember it, but I'm not going to get you back like in a confrontational way. It's just like down the road when you need something or you want to have a conversation or you're hurting, don't reach out to me after you completely ran me through the mud. I'm not your friend. So
yes, in a socially acceptable, age-appropriate way, you're going to get them. I want to make it make sense for the super chat. She said, what about if Mama Jewish store shoe at you? I mean, even our president got a shoe thrown at him. So, shoes, we can overlook shoes, right? And also, M. Slade Bay, I want to thank you so much for the super chat. You guys, keep them coming. Keep it coming. Now, you guys, I want to transition to Porsha, right? Which they're planning for her birthday party. She's saying, I'm 40 years old. I'm ready to turn down, not turn up. And I looked and I said, look at God's glory. When we first met Porsha, she was afraid to go into a strip club. And now she's sleeping with strippers. Look at God's growth, right? Look at the evolution of Porsha.
That's one way to put it.
Look at the growth. What did you guys feel about the dynamic? Because this is what was interesting to me, right? I mean, really quick. I thought it was odd that nobody was at the parties. I thought it was odd that your billionaire boo, who we all know that is all fake. If you don't know, watch the expose. I actually just even had my members only live. Simon's family came on and actually said how he's always overinflated. He's always been a liar. They talked about the rented houses, the cars, and all this stuff. Ooh. Gotcha. He held it in Republic, which is a club he tries to act like he owns, but he just has a little bit of money in there. To me, it was like, don't get me wrong. It was a party that at a certain age, especially 40, in our 20s, we're happy to be at the local bar, an open bar. But once you get, Adam, you still might be in your 20s, right? But
I'm 28, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about you. Like, let's talk about 19, 20 years old, right? You're happy to have open bars. Once you get a certain age, you're like, this is a nice party, but it's something that I can do, and I work a 9 to 5. I mean, I didn't see the opulence. And then the fact that Dennis had to donate the party bus, but then her billionaire boo did that. I was like, you guys, something's not matching. Where is the money? Where was the birthday gift? Like, and again, before I get you guys' opinion, the reason why it's so important to me is Porsha seems really pressed for everybody to know that she's dating the Nigerian Bill Gates. What did you guys think about Simon? Are you buying this wealth storyline he's trying to push?
No, not at all. I think that's part of the reason. Like I said, I don't believe they're actually going to end up married. And I think that's part of it. I think Porsha is still verifying his income, and it's not going to come back what it needs to be. You know what I mean? It's just not there. Like you said, I remember watching one of your videos, and you were like, he kind of moves money around. Basically, he doesn't have all the money that he claims to have. And I think eventually, if Porsha is really looking hard enough, I think she's going to realize that.
What about you, Adam? What do you think about that?
I don't know about Simon's wealth, right? But I do know, especially coming from Los Angeles, a lot of people that I knew through social circles, when they had it, it sounds cliche, like when they had it, they didn't really flaunt it. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't really know they had it. And then I had other friends who would drive around like these $100,000 cars, and they would go back to their apartments. So it makes me definitely question or wonder, what is the truth? I heard yesterday that his net worth was 40 million or 400 million. Listen, if you have 1 million, you have a million more than I have. So I'm not dogging on Simon, but it makes me also question with Porsha allegedly hooking up with Bolo, who was, the very good looking male stripper. And then also Dennis and his level of wealth, and Dennis sharing with us that he would have never had a chance with Porsha had he have been broke. What is the first thing that is most important for Porsha in this relationship? Are you the most physically attracted to him? Is it your conversations? Is he treating you like a queen? Because the way he's talking about having a side, that I didn't like. Or is it the money? Because right now it comes off the way that we open up with, how many cars do you have? You have 5 or 6. We're going house shopping. Okay. It comes off like it's all about the money.
It does. The all about the money thing, I think it's mutual on both ends. Simon, from what I'm hearing in Atlanta, likes to lure people in with the illusion of wealth, where he might turn up at a club and go crazy, but then the next week there's no money for groceries, like scammer money. If anybody's ever dated a scammer, or that LA Miami money, like you said, you're driving $100,000 car, but you got a lease for 3 months and you're going back to your mom's house. It's very like all show, no tell.
Yes.
So go on.
I got to jump out of here. I got another live starting in a few minutes. But I will see you guys next week. This is a recurrent panel, so I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye, Layla.
Bye. Adam, how long can you stay with us, by the way?
Yeah, no, I'm good for at least another 20 minutes. My next live isn't until 2. So I'm here, especially because my internet was cutting out in the beginning. So again, I apologize to everyone watching and all of your people. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. The internet is like that sometimes. Okay, so getting back into this now, literally the inconsistencies about it lasting long term. A lot of inconsistency. Simon says he likes the Porsha turn up. Porsha says she's trying to turn down. There seems to be a nexus with money. Simon likes the show. Porsha is very proud of that. Did you see anything outside of that to actually show that there was an actual real connection?
No, that's the thing is, how like when you have friends and you see them together and you're like, wow, they're really in love, or I get it, even on Beverly Hills, when the women went around Tom and Erica, they felt like they got the dynamic. They understand what was charismatic about them. For the Simon Porsha situation, it seems like he's very proud to have Porsha on his arm. She's a beautiful woman. She's a public figure. She has a lot going for her. And Porsha seems like she really likes the lifestyle. I don't get, aside from that, what the real chemistry is, unless there's something that we're missing that's being edited out. And, it was interesting because when I did my interview with Fallon, she shared that it was Simon, and these are her words, so Simon might rebuke these, but she shared that it was Simon who pushed her to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta because they were knocking on her door for a few seasons and she wasn't ready to open that door. But he was like, no, I think it would be good. Open yourself up. He really wanted the fame. At least that's what she's claiming. And I think Fallon thought maybe that was what he found appealing about Porsha. And that might make sense.
That's actually a very good point, because also a weird dynamic I saw with this was when they walked outside to talk about the photos, right? I think Simon released those photos to Marcus' territory, to what Layla was saying, he seemed a little bit insecure. You felt that weird tension between Porsha and Dennis, and he was like, let me release these photos because they actually set up a timeline. But it was odd to me also the way that she said they don't spend much time in Atlanta and they're not really in the streets. And I said, that's odd because your kids are in Atlanta, your friends are in Atlanta, your families are both in Atlanta, your houses are in Atlanta. Why weren't you guys in Atlanta? Were you guys hiding for something? But they said they were a bubble, but that bubble was just her being wined and dined and not really. Because do you think that Porsha has an equal voice in this relationship? Which gives me the gold digger vibes where it's a power inequity. When she was trying to talk to Simon about posting the photos, you could tell she was being very careful in what she said. And he knew that she didn't feel comfortable speaking her mind. And to me, it gave me what I would imagine a relationship is when you're a kept person and you can't really, you can't speak up too much and really assert who you are in a relationship. What did you think about that?
I think unfortunately a lot of people have this bad kind of way of falling into cycles or patterns from their past. And we know that Cordell was very controlling with Porsha, wouldn't let her do a lot, wouldn't really let her have a voice. And she went with the flow. And who knows how long she would have went with that flow had Cordell not have put her out of the house, right? So she's used to this kind of relationship. And with Dennis, it seemed like she steamrolled Dennis a lot, where when Dennis would try to speak up, she's like, shut up, I'm independent. You know what I mean? She had that voice. But Simon comes in like a very strong, his persona is like, I am the man. Mm-hmm. I have this money. I don't care if you don't want me to post on social media. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do, whether you like it or not. And I didn't like that approach because from Porsha's stance, she's like, I'm still a public figure and I'm going to be completely ripped apart and scrutinized by whatever you do. And I think you and I can relate to this on such a minor level compared to being on reality TV. Like even on YouTube, sometimes if someone doesn't like us or what we say, it's, we don't like your face. We don't like your hair. We don't like your skin. We hate your voice. And you just get a lot of scrutiny. And for Porsha, I could see a little bit why she would not want to go out into the streets of Atlanta, walking around holding hands with Simon, because people will probably, be like, oh, okay, husband stealer, cheater. I could see where they would get the backlash from it.
I could see that too. And word on the street, everybody in Atlanta, when Porsha was actually, it's funny that she had already gotten that backlash. Again, no matter how loosey-goosey you are, I think in Atlanta society that Porsha and Simon want to run in, it's not that they're conservative, but they're very old-fashioned in the way that, yes, there's the men and the wives, but if the wives don't accept you, the men aren't going to have you around because you don't want to be associated. That birthday party, production actually said that they sent a bunch of text messages out to everybody in the Atlanta social circle. Because it had already dropped what's going on, nobody wanted to attend the party. She even started inviting makeup artists and glam squads. People were declining left and right because nobody wanted to be associated with her at that time. And when I was watching that scene where she was looking up at the lights, trying to make herself cry, I was like, this is why you're crying. You literally put so much time into rehabilitating your image. And now Simon, through, like you said, maybe him being very machismo, like, I don't care, I know more than you.
I like that machismo.
Yes, he's like, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do what I want. And I got the money, so you're not going to say anything. I think that's why she was freaking out, because she knew the way people were going to react. And Simon's used to the illusion of his money making people act right. Porsha's trying to get in circles where Simon's money is not the most money in the room, or his alleged money is not the most money in this room. What do you think about that?
After speaking with Fallon again, and I know people were like, Adam, that interview, you were soft, I just want to say real quick, I didn't have the information that was out there until after the interview when Simon put her on blast once the trailer came out and the Shade Room picked up on the trailer. That's when all of these details came out, okay? But when Fallon was talking to me in this interview, she was telling me that she doesn't buy her own clothes, she doesn't buy her own bags, she doesn't buy her own jewelry, because within the dynamic of their relationship, if there was something that she would receive, Simon was responsible for gifting it. And if he didn't gift it to her, then she didn't get it. She wasn't really allowed to go out and buy her own stuff. So it makes me wonder if that is in fact true. you know, it shows that he likes a certain level of control within the relationship. Again, that kind of machismo that you just said, which I love that word. It's that machismo where he's like, I even like saying it, where he's like, you know, I'm here. This is what I want to do. I was taught the way I grew up that I'm going to provide. And, you know, maybe that the wife is a little bit more submissive and kind of, okay, yes, husband, I'll do what you say. I know you make the money, so I'm on your arm. I'll be here and look pretty. But for Porsha, I can already see where she's accepting some things that I don't like his stance on the social media. And I agree with Dennis and Lauren. I think that she needs to kind of pump the brakes a little bit, get to know this man a little bit better before you just jump all in. Because once you're married, the longer that your daughter's around this man, everyone starts to become a little bit more familiar with him. And you don't really know who you're with yet. And her sister said that. She's like, I don't know her, or I don't know Simon. And I feel like Porsha doesn't really know Simon.
She couldn't know Simon, but she kind of does. Because again, I will maintain, if you guys have not seen my expose, go watch it. There's receipts in there that they've been messing around since September. Now, let's just assume the lie's right, and they've only known each other for a month. Had Porsha actually talked to Fallon? Now, Adam did an interview with Fallon. I did an interview with Fallon once everything dropped a few months later. So Fallon could speak. So here's my impression of what happened with the Fallon interview, right? I do think that according to all of Simon's exes, he has narcissistic tendencies. He's very mentally abusive, and he gets into your mind. You are right. He is 100% controlling, but he likes to control to the point of cutting your wings off. But at the same time, right? At the same time, he also uses the woman he's with to make a come up. Now, when it came to Fallon, I think when they first broke up, he made her feel ashamed of not being bigger, not being more. Now, I know with men, that's like a common, well, I don't say men, but I know with people in an abusive relationship, it could be man or woman. That's very common. My point in saying all this is, Fallon actually shared a story in one of the interviews where she at one point wanted independence so much because she thought that Simon was suffocating her, that she even said, I'm going to go work at Starbucks. And that was the only time Simon in therapy lost his shit and his real face showed, because he's very good at pretending. It's funny, and this goes into that a lot of people say that Porsha is giving up all her bags, really putting herself in an isolated cage that Simon tends to put all the women he's within, but at the same time, he's using her for clout to grow. So I agree. There's a lot of things that if you look at Porsha and her thing about being with toxic people, it's like, girl, you got with a man that has 5 kids, been married. And again, no shade, but he's a chronic cheater. And to your point, this is what I want this section into, that conversation where he basically managed Porsha's expectations about, to me, if I was sitting there, I'd be like, so you're telling me that you're going to cheat and I should expect saying, because it's your culture. I thought it was very disrespectful to Nigerian culture. I thought it was weird. And I was like, but what does it matter? Because Simon, you've only been in Nigeria 4 times in 40 years. So again, I don't want to judge anyone's culture, but even on your own, you don't seem to be that linked. Before you answer, I do want to say thank you, Zoe, for the super chat. Zoe said, I think culture also adds in. Nigerian women don't talk back to their husband, control and lead behind the scenes. I think she may be balancing that too. But again, I mean, that's not fair. Simon's been back and forth for years, but he was raised in Nigeria. So maybe there's certain things in his culture that he wouldn't know. I'm not going to, you guys, I take that back. I'm not going to judge anyone's connection with their culture because it's his connection. Now, Judgy says, oh, she loves your voice. And he also says, Adam, where's down with Jason? Where's Jason? Where is Jason?
Jason is watching the Jen Shah documentary because we're covering it at 3:00, but that's where he is. He's in his room.
He's in his room. Okay, but you know, wherever Adam is, Jason is not far behind you guys. This is not a Simon Porsha.
But I'm not controlling.
No, not controlling.
No.
Cut to Jason being locked in the room. Like,
yeah, Jason's like, can you please let me out now? But no, those were red flags. And like you said, even watching Porsha last night on Watch What Happens Live, and she's like, listen, I've cheated too. Already, I see that as a red flag because you're accepting responsibility for this. Like, oh, okay, well, I've done it before too. And it's like you're bypassing, you're putting blinders on to make this look how you want it to look. That way it works out. Like, you don't want to do this again. So sure, he might have cheated. Sure, he was married, but I'm going to put these blinders on because I think I can fix this guy, and I think I can make this good for me. And that's not a way to do it. You can't, if you're ever in a relationship and you think you can change someone or fix them, you can't. You can help them glow up. Like when I met Jason, I had New Balance shoes on, short basketball shorts that were too big, and like a dirty white t-shirt. And he's like, no, we're going shopping. So you could do a glow up, but you're not going to change who I am. And that's the problem here. I think that her accepting that kind of, okay, he's a cheater, well, I've also cheated, I don't like that. I feel like you're already giving us excuses, and you just started this relationship.
And to your point, why are you giving those excuses? Because if we believe your timeline, you're making all these excuses and putting all these blinders on for someone that you've only known a month. What is the motivation unless there is a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow?
Right. Dennis cheated too. So was that okay? Or no, because he cheated on you. You know what I mean? Like, so now if everybody's cheating, it's like, okay, you just cheated on your ex. Who cares? You're not going to do it to me again. It almost takes me back to Cynthia Bailey entertaining this idea of getting married to Mike Hill, which they are. I love Cynthia, know her in person. She's such a sweetheart, and I really hope this relationship works. But I got red flags when he's writing a whole book about his infidelities. I'm like, this is a red flag. But you think he's a changed man, and now you're going to be the woman that changes all of this, and you're going to teach an old dog new tricks, which you can't be naive, and sometimes we're blinded by love.
No, let me ask you this. I've actually, and it's not because I'm a goody-goody, it's just because I'm too possessive and territorial. I've actually never been in a situation where I was on the low with someone and then they left whoever they were with for me. I'm too territorial. I would be looking at them like, really? So you're cool with sharing me? Like, what's going on, right? So I'm too, but again, I was like looking at it from this angle. Is it because, do you think that Porsha feels like because they met that way, then it would be acceptable to cheat? Like, or do you think that will put more stress into actually trusting someone if they were in a relationship while you were seeing them?
It would always sit in the back of my head. I couldn't do it. You know, I had these conversations up front over time, right? But up front in the early stages of my own relationship. And I wanted to know these things. Like, I don't need to know names of who you dated in the past, but why did those relationships not end? It's not all their fault. What were your flaws? What would you want to do different? Are you a cheater? Like, are you responsible? I want to know those things. And the minute that you tell me that you're capable of being with someone, lying to their face, telling them I'm going to Publix, and then going and sleeping with somebody in your car and then coming home to them.
Yes.
I don't like that. I feel like you've already done it once. And somebody else put their hand on the stove, they burn their hand. Now I know about it. I'm not burning my hand.
Definitely you're not burning your hand, but also to the point of that motivation, right? If the motivation is money, besides the rented place in Costa Rica, where is Simon actually spoiling Porsha to the point of her destroying? And you understand this, even though, again, I'm like nano, right? You have a huge following on YouTube. What could somebody do to you to make you destroy your reputation for your mainstream of income? Do you know what I'm saying?
It better be Jeff Bezos from Amazon. All of a sudden, he had an epiphany. He likes men. And he's like, wait a minute. You know what? I want you to quit your life and just come live over here. And I'm going to be like, okay, I'm taking Jason with me. I'll do that. No, nothing. I couldn't. I didn't grow up with money. I've never experienced that level of wealth. So I haven't had like that taste. And I know that money is the driving force behind a lot of relationships. I would just never be someone who would be involved in that. You know, when I first moved to Los Angeles and before I met Jason, I had certain people who would ask me out and, you know, and try to entertain the idea. And some of those people had money, and I didn't care. It's like it was good that they're successful, but if you think pulling up in like a new Ferrari or a Porsche, that's not going to get my chops wet. I don't care. I know I'm going to be successful on my own, and I don't know why Porsha doesn't look at it that way too. Porsha's doing the damn thing. You're on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We love you on the show. You're on the Ricky Smiley morning show. You have your little side businesses and you're independent. No one is telling you what to do. I would never give that up.
I would never give that up either. And I will say, to Adam's defense, he's not a gold digger, but he's not messing with no broke, because, like he said, Jason did. You know, they were strolling around and all he heard was, "You can have whatever you like."
No.
You were buttoning it up like, "This better?" No, but listen, when somebody has it, of course they're going to share with you. You know, I'm sure when you have it, you share with Jason and vice versa, right? Those are the perks of being with someone that might have more than you. But you're right, when that's the main motivation. But again, and this is the one thing, I know you have to go, but how do you think Porsha could have done this to actually make this more palatable for the US? I think from what I saw, she was planning a slow rollout. I think that she was planning on doing that. Oh, I was there for him as a friend. And then maybe in September, it's a little bit more. And then maybe when the divorce is final in November, when everybody thought it was going to be final in November, she'd be like, "Listen, we became homie, then lovers, then friends. Okay, we're getting married." I think that one of the reasons that Simon, through being territorial and also trying to secure his golden goose, because I do think Simon's using Porsha for her fame, I think he moved up that timeline. And having all the financial power, she didn't know how to tell him no. But maybe this is me. How do you think, be Porsha's PR agent, you're from LA, be her spin doctor, how could she have just literally made this more palatable to everyone?
Well, first, they should have had more upfront conversations about what they wanted out and what they didn't. And I think that that's how she lost control over the narrative. I think that she, like you said, wanted a slow rollout. And I think Simon was very excited and probably also wanted to be like, "Okay, Fallon, I know you're behind the scenes with Jalen," because that's what he said. And that turned out to be true, right? And he's probably like, "Watch this. I'm with Porsha." So I think that there was a little bit to that. But for Porsha, in order for her to take control over her life, this relationship, and kick it off the best way possible, if in fact this is something she wants for her forever, you need to walk into it. You don't just go running into it, because you're running past all the flaws and the red flags. And you're like, "I don't see those. This is perfect." And then what's going to happen is it's going to come back to bite you in the, in a couple months or years, when you start to find out a little bit more about this person who you've already now immersed into your life. So what she should have done is exactly what Lauren and Dennis said, is take baby steps. You don't have to just take off in the jet and go sky high. Like, get to know the person, get your feet wet, figure them out, because you'll figure it out by spending time. I oh my gosh. I'm like, before being in a relationship, I could go on a date and within 5 minutes, I would know. And I'd be like, so crazy. I was the person who would be like, "I have to go to the bathroom," and I would leave. I would just, this is not going to work.
I've done that too. Like, you come out the bathroom and you're like, still there? Listen, yeah. I gotta call. Yeah, you want me to call you an Uber? No. You're at the cab stand. Like, excuse me, get me out.
My roommate called so crazy. They just, I don't know what happened, but I gotta go.
Exactly. Now, listen. Now, this is another thing. We can talk about this next live, because I know that you had all these behind the scenes talks with Fallon. I've interviewed Fallon. I have to say, Fallon and I, like, you guys seem to have like more of a relationship, definitely. So I'm actually interested to get your tea on that. But I will say this. You don't think it's odd that this fake narrative they're putting up, Simon didn't blast Fallon when they first left. Simon blasted them on his birthday. Do you think there's actually a chance that Simon is just literally going backwards? One, to appease Porsha, but two, also to make Fallon look bad. Because the one thing that I think we can both agree on, Simon was like crazy fixated on Fallon. Maybe she confused that as love in the first place, but from what I know of Atlanta and whatever time, he was very, very fixated on Fallon, her beauty, her body, her brain. Like, it was just, I don't know if he's capable of loving, but that was 100% his type. What do you think about Simon just also doing this to get digs in at Fallon, and maybe he's lying about everything too?
I can say this, especially since, I met Fallon in person, right? She
Yeah.
does have a presence. She's absolutely beautiful. I sat
Yeah.
there and talked with her for like a couple hours while she was getting glammed up for the interview. And talking with her, she's so intelligent. We had
Yeah.
great conversations. I could see why any man out there would look at Fallon and be like, wow, you are a catch. And I can see why Simon would be fixated. But again, going back to my parents and like seeing different relationships, seeing different marriages, I know that people get vindictive as hell and malicious when there's a split. It's like once we decide there's a split, game on, and I think that it was kind of a tit for tat. Like Simon's like, oh, okay, well, I know behind the scenes that you're probably hooking up with Jalen. I'm going to show you that I'm hooking up with Porsha. And it became this back and forth, almost what it feels like what Dennis is trying to do with Porsha by bringing a date, He's like, wait a minute, you're with Simon. It's okay if you flaunt him in my face, but I can't bring a date. So it's just like this cat and mouse game.
Okay, but here's the thing. I always felt that Fallon was defending her. Okay, I'm a woman. I always in my mind, whenever something goes wrong, in a hetero relationship, I'm like, so what the man do? And even if the man wasn't around, I'm like, well, what did his father do? Was there a brother involved? Like, I'm always looking so of course I took Fallon's side as a woman, and talking to his exes, I took the side too. I feel like Fallon was more reacting, but I will say this, Adam, have you ever tried to take digs at an ex while you were happy in a relationship? Because it struck me as odd. If Porsha and Simon had this whirlwind relationships, and we've all, okay, I don't know about you, but I've been hurt before. But whenever there was true happiness, it rolled off. It was just like, oh, that's cute. What did he post? Anyway, have you ever seen anyone be vindictive when they're truly happy about their new situation?
No, I'm not that way. And I know Jason's certainly not that way. We were one time when we moved from LA to New York, we were sitting at a dinner table right next to his ex that confessed to cheating on him over like 20 times with this new sugar daddy that was like 30 years older than him. And then when the sugar daddy ended up leaving and paying the bill, Jason went to the bathroom. The ex walked out and tried to hit on me as he was walking out. And I told Jason about it, and I was like, you will never believe. Jason's like, I don't care. That means nothing to me. He's what a joke. And he's very like brush it off the shoulder. I'm the same way. It's like, if I decided, if I was really that into you, I would have tried to do everything I could to make the relationship work. And if we get to the point where it doesn't work, I don't need to be fixated on you because I'm holding myself back. So if I'm in a happy relationship, no, I'm not focused on what somebody else is doing. I'm focused on me, my new relationship, and my come up.
Exactly. And it seemed like neither Simon nor Porsha was doing that. I will say one thing, Adam, because I know you have to go. I don't want to keep you. Thank you so much for saying, you guys, we are going to do this weekly. Next week, we are going to be in Adam's channel. I'm going to put links on how to find Layla, Grace, and Adam, so we can just keep doing this weekly. I'll say one thing, Adam. They need to put a reality TV camera in front of your face. That story you just told, the sugar daddy, the ex, his ex, the new man's ex.
Oh, God.
And then he's hitting you on the way out. I know you were like, that would be reality TV gold. Now that I would eat popcorn for, like, oh my God.
Oh, no. No reality TV cameras coming here. Nope.
Well, I understand that. It's like, no, I do not want my life ripped apart. But Adam, also, before you go, why don't you tell, because I think there's a lot of my new subscribers that don't know you. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what you have coming up, anything that you want to let them know about? And I'll definitely put the link to your channel in the description box if anybody is watching this on playback. But anything interesting coming up?
Hey, thanks. Yeah. So Jason and I are going live at 3 p.m. today with Kempire to talk about the new Jen Shah documentary that came out on Hulu today. And then we do Monday through Friday a Hot Messy Topics where it's a no holds barred conversation. We go over like 5 to 8 different topics and everyone gets to call in and join. But tonight we're actually starting something new. There's so many lives today. Mondays are crazy for me. Yeah. But tonight we're starting something new where we're doing like this watch party situation where we're going to be watching Below Deck, but live streaming reactions, almost like a people's couch or a pillow talk. And I'm curious, it's like it's testing it out, getting your feet wet, seeing the reactions. If it works, it doesn't. Or if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No, I'm always into doing new things.
No, that definitely sounds fun. So you guys, if you guys are into Below Deck, of course you guys are into Adam, go ahead and check his channel out. There's always something cool going on. And I know Layla and Grace also have some really, really cool stuff going on. But at the very least, we're going to do this next week on Adam's channel. The week after that, we're going to do it at Grace. Then we're going to do, we're doing it at Layla's. Then we're doing it at Grace. And then if there, who knows if there's a 5th episode, we'll be back at my channel. Who knows what's going on? But Adam, and you guys hang out for after Adam leaves. We're going to have a call-in segment, but Adam has to go and prep and be busy because Adam is booked and busy. But Adam, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I really, really appreciate it.
I do want to say too, really quick, I'm reading the chat as it goes. Your community is so sweet, and the fact that I finally got to meet you, I've only heard amazing things about you. So thank you for inviting me on your platform. Now I got to put a voice to a face and actually I'm so happy. I always love meeting new people on YouTube. And even after this is done, Porsha's Family Matters, however many episodes that is, we definitely have to steal your time a little bit over on Up and Adam because I know my community loves you.
Listen, you don't have to steal anything. I give my time the way Porsha gave her love. It was instant. I just knew it. Definitely we have to connect again, and we'll be on next week. But definitely, you guys, if you think that's a good idea, of course you do. Don't embarrass me, Tattle Tells. Let's just go and also show Adam all the support you can. And you guys hang out for after Adam leaves, and we'll actually have call-in callers, okay? Thank you so much, Adam.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Sorry. Okay, so you guys, that was the Up and Adam. Of course, Layla, Lynn, and Grace. Grace is overseas. She is living that French life. So listen, Grace is always 100% professional. She cannot control Al Gore's internet, but she tried her best to be here. She will be here next week, of course. And Layla gave us everything she had. This was a great panel. I hope you guys liked it. Now, right? Now, you guys, let's listen. Let's start with the call-ins. You guys, so just to let you guys know, I am doing a detailed recap, which I will post up. Maybe we'll do it in a live because I like to get into the minutia. But if I'm in the minutia, I'm just being a little chatterbox and nobody can really talk. And I have guests in my house, so I want to be gracious. I dropped the link if anybody wants to actually call in and give their opinion. Now, I will say my new puppy is like literally it's hating on me. Let me be great. But I will say, right? That next week, we're going to try to do also live reaction on the night of Porsha Family Matters. We're going to do live react. Well, not even live reaction, a watch along, right? But live reaction. If anybody's into that, we'll do that. And we have a few cool things. If you guys are wondering about Simon's finances, check out my expose, Porsha's shame. That we go into the finances, we go into everything. Also, if you guys like that little tidbit about who Porsha was actually fighting, I guys have to let you know, I have a members only live. It's only $4.99 a month. You can join, of course, and you can cancel at any time. But when I say you guys get the tea, you guys get the tea months early. You guys get it for anybody else. The only thing is, because it's exclusive tea, some of it is super, super gossipy, things that we've heard on the street. I know Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. I know Real Housewives of New York tea, if anybody cares about them anymore. I know, of course, Porsha and Simon tea. We also know things from Real Housewives of OC and Beverly Hills. We have people that know flight attendants from United Emirates. We know actors, producers, models. We know bottle service girls. We know waitresses. We know bartenders. We know everyone. So even if you guys have faves, right? If you guys have faves, when you join the members only live, it happens twice a month. They are good keys. You can literally pop your headphones in hey Diamond, 1 second, I'll let you in. You can pop your headphones in while you're cleaning, while you're ignoring your boss, while you're literally doing whatever. It's just such a good time. And it's an intimate group. So if you actually do want to come, too shy to call when there's 1,000 people in the chat, but you want a more intimate, loving, supportive group, it's really, really fun. But you guys, when I say I've given tea, most of the stories you hear about Real Housewives of Atlanta and Pursuit of Porsha, I have broken, and I've broken a month or two early. Okay. So I will say, puppy alert. Hold on, guys. My puppy. Hold on. So I will say that now, right? Okay, I'm back. Puppies. So I will say that. So you guys, the link to join is in the live stream. It's on my channel. You can join. You can cancel at any time. You have nothing to join, and it's only $5, and you can listen to all the old exclusive memberships. Right now, it is the best membership. You guys, we had a good members only. Simon's family called in and confirmed everything that we have researched. Because my sources are always 100% correct. But Simon confirmed everything we're saying by his family about the rentals, about the money, about his scam, about what's going on, his relationship with his children, all this stuff. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can get puppy power. This is the puppy. This is Princess Meatball. Everybody meet Princess Meatball. All right. So here's the puppy, right? She's been trying to get up here. All right, get out of here. She just wanted to see what I was doing. Okay, right? Now, you guys. Let's drop the call-in link if anybody wants to call in to chat about it. You guys, there's a few things that we have to go on, right? Let's talk about the scene with the date day. I've heard that Simon obviously drinks a lot. That's one of the reasons, if you guys watch my interview with Fallon, she actually said that she doesn't know how they're having children because as far as she knows, when she was with Simon was infertile. And part of it is because he drank a lot, he smoked a lot, his diet was crap, right? I mean, he is 60 years old too. Let's be fair. I don't know when men lose fertility, but I'm guessing the average man around 60 years old, you're having a lot more trouble than a man in their 30s to actually conceive. I know 80-year-olds can conceive, but how many, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's a little bit more. They literally took 2 giant shots of tequila to the head in the daytime, right? They literally took 2 shots of tequila in the daytime, right? You know, they talk about being age appropriate, how Simon was dressed. Finally, Porsha is dressing him. I do find it odd that as much money as Simon has, Porsha's buying his clothes. Porsha's doing this. Porsha's doing that. Like, what? Let's get some stuff in the chat. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of what happened? I want to actually hear you guys' opinion about what actually happened in the pursuit. The number is right here. So I just dropped the link. All you guys have to do is just click on the link. I think it makes sure you're in Safari. Click on the link and you guys can join right away. So I just dropped the call-in link, okay? Listen, let's not forget also that they released news of the engagement on Fallon's birthday weekend. And Simon doesn't want any more kids. Hey, we got Layla. Hey, Layla, how are you, Mama? How are you doing? Layla? Can you guys hear Layla? No, there's something wrong with the internet today. You guys, listen, I want to... Okay, here we go. Let's see if Layla's here. Layla? Mama? Hey, Layla. Hey, what's up, Mama? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You looking great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You're looking very beautiful in your Abby, by the way. I have the sea and the coastline. Gorgeous. So what was your takeaway, Layla? Jump in. What was your takeaway? Let's hear the voice of the people.
Just was thinking how messy the show was. How Porsha and Simon they have the opportunity, the upper hand, that since she's the producer, she could have cleared up her image, but somehow she have destroyed it even more.
That's so weird. Now, here's the funny thing about Porsha being a producer. She's saying she's the executive producers. Executive producers usually don't have any control. But I was shocked at how much, to your point, she didn't write it into her contract. Like, okay, I get to see the final edit or whatnot. It shocked me how much of her image. Again, I've heard rumors about the type of person Porsha is from numerous people in Atlanta. And it shocks me how the producers are actually showing the more the more honest version of herself. You know, she's still putting on a little bit
the
of
messy side of Porsha.
the messy, the side that is willing to stop at nothing to get what she wants. Again, how would you feel? I know that, and I want to know from social media, how do you feel about if me and you were cool and you invited me over to my house, your house, and you gave me food and maybe you gave me hookah, and we went and hung out at a club a few times. I texted you, we had numbers. How would you feel if I then showed up with your, forget about ex-husband, with your ex-boyfriend? How would you feel about that?
We will not be okay.
No. Layla's a woman of few words. She was like, we would not be okay. Don't try it. Don't try it, right? Don't try it.
No, because like I am a believer of girls' code. I will never do something that I don't want someone to do it on me. So if you will do that, then that means that you don't have any code in your life. You can go to the lowest, especially since she have a family, was in a relationship, regardless how it was, and the way her relationship started with Simon, like the timeline, the lie. At least like sit down together and do your homework to come up with the same story if you are gonna film the show.
That was the same weird, but you know what the weird thing is? Everybody did have, well, I don't know about the Simon Porsha DM things. I think Simon agreed with the same way Simon said, I won't post any pictures, and then he did what he wanted. I think Simon decided to put his own timeline in that Porsha didn't know about. And I also think that the one thing Porsha couldn't control is Dennis. Because don't forget with Dennis, my sources are telling me that on that trip, Porsha got into something with Dennis's mom. So when they came back and did the sit downs, Dennis was kind of out for blood. I don't think that Porsha could control Dennis. Now, she did explain on Watch What Happens Live a new timeline where she decided she dated Simon for 2 weeks. And then she told Dennis, I've been dating this guy for 2 weeks. And then she started dating 2 weeks later. But to me, it just sounded like a really fraudulent storyline. Do you believe even the mom storyline? And also, Justine, jump into right after Layla gives her comments. But do you believe that somebody can literally meet someone, fall in love, do all this stuff in less than 3 weeks at this time? Maybe a month? Do you think that's possible?
No. Especially like I am a Cancer like Porsha. Okay. For me to bring someone in my life, my circle, my close people, it will take me a long time. Especially if I been through a breakup where someone have cheated on me, I will take the next relationship more with cautions. And for her to bring to the family, post that picture like grown man, I don't know what she posted in her caption. But saying all that, it's not something that you will be saying it if you just meet the guy and just start dating.
Okay, that actually makes sense. But as a Cancer, I want you to weigh in. Then how do you explain her and Dennis's relationship? Like as a Cancer, and also let me know as a Cancer, right? Because Porsha is an unevolved Cancer. You're obviously a very evolved Cancer, right? So she shows the most negative, immature traits when a Cancer is immature. But where do you see the relationship of her and Simon going? Just from kind of horoscope. If you guys don't know, I do tarot. I'm in an astrology horoscope and a very Cancerian energy. What do you think her goals are? Where do you see her taking the relationship?
I see, because she's embarrassed now, she might take it all the way. Unless something big will happen, like something that maybe Simon will be in some federal case or wherever that will force her to break the relationship. She will not be the one to break the relationship. She have her ego fixated in the matter. Like, you guys all saying that I cannot be with this guy, I will do it.
That's what that's when Cancers get stubborn. I always say, if you guys are looking for a cheat code to how the Cancer is not feeling you, to make them, man or woman, latch onto you, literally triangulate and turn it into me and you against the world. Turn it into them disrespecting, like, oh, they don't think that we're going to be together. And a Cancer will get so protective, because once you attach yourself to a Cancer's, not ego, but just sense of you're a part of me, they will fight.
I will protect you.
Yes,
Our
I will
motherly
protect
sense,
you.
like, I want to protect you. I will be the bunny to your Clyde and whatever, just to reach the end goal.
Exactly. Now we have Just D. Just D, jump in. What do you think of this series? Just D? It's just D. Yo, I don't know what is going on with the internet today. Of course, in the most important live of my life, Jeff Bezos' internet. This is Simon Gabodia putting roots on me, y'all. This is him putting roots on me. Everybody, form a prayer circle so we can hear Just D's voice. I don't know what's going on. You don't have any audio, Just D. That's so odd. That's so odd. That's not even. Let me check you out and try to put you back. That's weird. Just D, try going out one more time and just going in. But you guys, just to let you know, I am doing a full length recap in detail. We are going to do another live. New information is coming out. You guys, this thing, especially as a Cancer, Layla, how do you think that she would actually extract herself out of this if she could?
I don't know how she will pull it out, because she will need some magic to fix it out. Like how she did it with Kenya. She
Some
had the
magic.
production supporting her. She had the cast trying to rile up with her and try to make her like seem like a victim. So I feel she will play onto that narrative, saying that it was all Simon and push all the blame on him.
I can see that too. And that's Portia's MO. And don't get me wrong. Again, we can't even blame this on cancers because when people break up, nobody wants to be like, I was a toxic person. So I understand her shifting blame to him. But again, I do believe that every role she played will now be she was seduced, he blinded her, she didn't know, she just wanted to be loved. All those things. You guys, B wants to know, thank you so much for the super chat. Are there any news on the ratings? Ratings come out on Tuesday. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised about the ratings being not high, but higher than expected, which when I think people are like, because there was a lot of salaciousness in this. I just can't see how this would go on into a second season because it's not a good look for anyone. But that said, Portia is clinging to Simon because of the bag. So if it is lucrative and she can convince Dennis to stay and she can convince Simon to stay, but then again, does she really need Simon in this? Because you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I thought Simon was the most boring part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing Portia lie, seeing this, but whenever the camera got on Simon, I was like, okay, like, let's go back to Dennis. Roll tape on Dennis. So I could see them actually making this into a, are we or aren't we kind of like romantic show where it's Dennis kind of, they're always being flirtatious, the baby mom, baby dad situation. What would you guys watch that? I'm just interested to know. Would you watch that, Layla?
I will actually. Like with watching this first episode, I was like, how can Dennis suddenly become more attractive? Thank you, Simon, for that.
We never thought
But-
those words would come out our mouths. Like, this isn't that bad. But it's like,
Dennis
it's
have
embarrassing,
natural
right?
chemistry. Yes. But Dennis and Portia, whenever they were on the screen, you can feel there is chemistry, there is some connection. But if what
Exactly.
the tea that you have serviced today and then the life member life was true and she did something to his mother, I don't know how they will ever be working that out.
I don't either. And especially as a Cancer, once you go against someone's mom, it's a done deal. Like, there's no coming back. There's no coming back from that. The mom, there's just no coming back, Alex Wiggins said the timeline they broke up in July 2021. Portia and Dennis took a Christmas family picture on December, and they got engaged to Simon in July. No, they were already engaged before Mother's Day, but on that Mother's Day post, that's when they announced. Because don't forget, Portia put up that Mother's Day post on Sunday. I think that Tuesday or Wednesday, she was like, hey guys, just let you know, me and Simon are kind of dating. And then Simon, that very next day, dropped the engagement picture. And she was in America when the picture went out. And she had been in Costa Rica in May. Well, actually in January, in February, in May. She was back and forth to Costa Rica. So she got engaged before Mother's Day because she was and she was there for the week of Mother's Day. So she got engaged sometime in April. So that means you met this guy, you dated him, you decided to co-parent introduced the whole family, and then by the May 9th, you were posting the ring, you know? So, so Sean says, a lot of people you talk about, I have no clue who they are. I drive trucks, so I need to hear someone speak. I listen because the way you talk about these people, it feels like I know who they are. Oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Sean, go watch my exposés. They will really keep you up. And they have nice little music too. But thank you for that amazing compliment, Sean. I appreciate it. I'm the same way. I'm like, who, what happened? I mean, this channel is like flipping through Netflix. You never know what you're going to get, but it's going to be something interesting, right? You're like, I didn't even know I was interested in tigers, but here I am watching Tiger King 2. But yeah, you guys have to remember that the timeline with Porsha and Simon, she was engaged and she was out of the country when she got engaged. And the last time we saw her out of the country was early May. So she somehow got engaged. I'm sorry, it was in early April. So she somehow got engaged somewhere in April in Costa Rica. And by May 9th, she was doing that. So again, Dennis was throwing her that Mother's Day brunch. And if Dennis had known that she was engaged, Dennis said that and he was really excited about the Mother's Day brunch. So if Dennis had known that she was engaged, he said he never would have thrown it. Dennis said that Porsha called him the day after her engagement, at least what he said, and told her. But I do think everybody's lying about the engagement date. You know, nobody can admit the people that do know, nobody can admit when they actually got engaged, because that date looks really, really bad, right? Listen, you guys, let me drop the call-in link one more time. Layla, final thoughts. Are you going to be watching for the rest of the season?
I will be watching just to tune into the live stream and catch up on the mess.
And just to let you guys know, we are going to do a live next week, right after Porsha Family Matters. Actually, what am I saying? We're going to do a live watch during Porsha Families Matters. We're going to do a live watch. You guys know that you can check out the recaps of me, Grace, Layla, and of course, Up and Adam. Monday at 12:30 p.m. Next week will be on Adam's channel. And then we're going to Layla's. Then we're going to Grace's. There will be, hopefully the internet will be acting good. And also, you guys, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for supporting me. If you are not a member of my Members Only Live, you don't know, you guys, you don't know what you're missing with the Members Only Live. Even if you don't catch the live and you don't want to participate, you can catch the replay. And like I said, we get into the gutter. I give verified gossip. I give behind the scenes, usually 3-4 weeks, sometimes as much as 2 months before I release it to the general public, because I don't want people to get fired. I literally give you the one wick tea where people are just gossiping, just to be a little bit of fun. But also, the only thing that is, whatever is said in the live has to stay in the live, because you guys, it's for the Tattle Tells fam, And yeah, you can whisper about it to your friends, but let everybody else do their own research, right? There has to be something for us. All right, really quick, let's bring Pati. How do you say your name? Pati? 1 second. Let's do this. Pati, can you hear us? Yep. Right. Can you guys hear Pati? Let's try one more time. Hold on, darling. Hey, we can hear you. Oh, and Pati just left. We'll give Pati one more second to come out. Also, you guys, I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likable do you think that Porsha and Simon is as a couple? I don't feel like they have any chemistry, but I've said this, and I'll always say this, right? Fallon made Simon, to me, more likable. I don't know how it was, but she made him look like this when Fallon was with Simon, for some reason, I kind of believed the money thing, because maybe because Fallon looks like money. She looks like a rich woman, if that makes it, like very manicured, very groomed, very elegant, not flashy, but her body looks top notch. Like Fallon gives me that tease. When I saw her with Simon, I don't know why. Porsha and Simon, I don't know what it is, but they bring something out of each other that doesn't complement the other, if that makes any sense. There's something about you ever be around people where you bring the best out of me, right? And you're the best version of yourself. But then sometimes you are tripping, right? We all go through it. And somebody will be like, yo, you're being like an idiot. Like, will you stop being mean? Will you stop being so harsh? Will you stop doing this? And those people reel you back in, because then you're like, damn, they hold you accountable. And you're like, damn, maybe that was too much. Let me just roll it back next time. Simon and Porsha seem like they both feed in to that part of each other. and they delight in it. Even how both of them can't tell that nobody thinks it's cute that you guys may have been sneaking behind somebody's relationship to fall in love. Yes, love happens. Yes, half of the stories maybe about how we got here are a little shady, but nobody brags about it. Nobody laughs about it like, ah, ha, ha, I've been in your house. Ha, ha, I've been in your house too. And we're just looking like, you guys are literally horrible people. I know none of us are saints. I know none of us are virgins. I know none of us, I mean, maybe some of you guys are, right? But the one thing I can say is we all have that thing about like, that's kind of messed up. It's like if you heard your friend laughing about stealing from another friend, right? You'd be looking at them side eyes like, you stole from somebody. Oh yeah, they were so stupid. And you'd just be looking at them like, wow, all right, that's cool. So I don't, but what do you guys think about that, right? What do you guys think? Yes, Fallon made Simon look super refined, right? Somebody says, I like dinner. Seems like Porsha and Simon seem to be still getting to know each other. Lauren actually said it. You guys, listen, there we go. There we go. You guys, listen, members only live. Join next Monday. I'll be doing recaps. If you guys, this is YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe. I also do have a TikTok. I'll be doing some fun stuff over there. Like, comment, subscribe. And listen, even if you're just a casual viewer, turn those notifications on because I have a lot of videos coming up exposing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So you guys watch the documentary, watch the expose. We're going to be doing some digging. And if you enjoy literally this cultural anthropology we call reality TV, you guys can join me on the Members Only Live. And I'll also be live tomorrow night. All right, you guys? Thank you so much for joining. Tattle Tells, thank you so much, right? Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate everything. And thank you guys for supporting me during my first panel with I did one with Brooke Ashley. Also, Brooke Ashley was my first, okay? Shout out to Brooke Ashley, right? You guys follow Brooke Ashley. She was the first I did a panel with. And also Mo from All True Tea did a panel with her on Instagram. And also, you guys, thank you for supporting me for my second panel with YouTubers. I very much appreciate it. And also, you guys, Melt NYCs, thank you so much. And also not paid by anyone, Judgy Justice. And you guys know, Kira, Kaya, thank you guys so much for being with me from the beginning and always coming in and calling. Follow Mel, Miriam, Kira, and Judgy Justice, and Kaya, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.